All right. Thank you very much for a really warm welcome. So, conference, Bristol has consistently been voted one of the best places to live. It's a city full of green space, a vibrant culture known for its colourful houses, grand bridges, hot air balloons, and Banksy. And it is a great city. It's a wealthy city. All this is true. But that's not the whole truth. There is another Bristol, one that tourists and even some of our citizens never see, the city of poverty and inequality. 42 areas listed among the 10% most deprived in England, 16% of our residents living in deprivation, a 9-year life expectancy difference between our richest and our poorest communities. Bristol West has among the highest numbers of PhDs per head, while Bristol South has one of the lowest rates of young people going on to higher education. Bristol is not unique in these challenges. They're national and they affect all cities. But this is the injustice and the liability that a Labour leadership in a city can take on. I will lead the city for every citizen and build a city where nobody is left behind. Thank you. A city of opportunity built on fairness and inclusion. A resilient city, both environmentally and socially, where social mobility rather than social immobility is the norm, and educational outcomes and employment opportunities are not determined by parental background. At the core of my delivery will be housing. I've promised to build 2,000 homes a year by 2020, with at least 800 of these affordable. I've also committed to investing. It's all right. I've also committed to investing in the mental health of all primary age school children to build resilience and to tackle the race and gender pay gap. But here's a challenge, that the dominant political narrative in the UK has been centrally focused on Westminster and London. But that is shifting. People are increasingly realising that cities are real. It's cities who are often the immediate power shaping people's lives. The impact of city government is too easily misunderstood and undervalued in our country, even by us. But if you look closely, you can see Labour in power. There are 10 core cities outside of London, and Labour leads all of them. Bristol, obviously, Glasgow, Birmingham, Nottingham, Leeds, Sheffield, Newcastle, Cardiff, Manchester, and of course, obviously here in Liverpool. 19 million people live in these city regions, and together we deliver a quarter of the national economy. For 2020, or whenever the election is, our party will be judged not only on what the National Party does in opposition, but on what Labour cities do in power. So this makes devolution a key challenge and an opportunity for Labour. Devolution is crucial to giving city leaders the space, the resources, and the powers they need to get things done. And it's a pathway to investment in the city infrastructure and to bring politics closer to people. In recent months, I've visited Washington, D.C. with Operation Black Vote. I spoke to the gathering of the US black mayors. I visited New York City and met with Mayor Bill de Blasio. I attended the Global Parliament of Mayors. And one thing is clear, that the city leaders around the world, including mayors, are saying that cities are not merely a topic to be discussed. We are a layer of governance, and we need our place at the decision-making tables, the space to forge partnerships with cities and other bodies around the world to operate effectively in a post-national world. We're doing things differently in Bristol. We know the council cannot deliver working alone. The complex issues that matter, from congestion to sustainable development to how we do economic development without gentrification, can only be tackled by all city organisations working together towards shared priorities. So we've connected with the other powers in my city, with business, with our unions, with the NHS, with our emergency services, with the education sector, with sports organisations and the voluntary sector. Our ultimate aim is to work together to write a Bristol plan, a plan for the whole city that all partners invest in and deliver collectively. To take a strategic approach to the city's priorities and to identify both what you can do for your city, but more importantly, what the city can do for you. We found a real thirst for engagement, for this type of engagement in Bristol. Organisations across the public, private and voluntary sector want to be involved. They want a place in city leadership. Our city government has for too long seen itself as a provider of services rather than what we are and what we need to increasingly become, an enabling organisation, a force to bring the city together. And I just want you to be sure that you leave here today knowing that Labour is in power, and working with you, we will deliver. Thank you.